know he is out for the season.
Yeah, and that would have been devastating anyway. But to have it happen so late in the year, Dan, they really haven't even had a chance to adjust. And so they've been playing point guard by committee, and the results have been uneven, to say the least.
Well, it takes a while to put a team together, and when you got to start, you know, the week before the postseason, it makes it a little more difficult.
Here's Vescovi. Come on inside with a whistle. Our referees tonight, Pat Adams, who has officiated 5 Final Fours, and 2 terrific officials with Jason Baker, his second NCAA tournament, and Justin Porterfield, his third. The foul goes on Garnett of Louisiana, and at the free throw line, Olivier Camois.
Well, you know Rick Barnes, out of virtually every timeout, start of the game, start of the half, is going to throw the ball into the post.
Well, that's why he's got Plavsic in there, because that's what they do. They're not one of these teams that spread the court and shoot threes. They like to get the ball into the post.
Here is 6'1" Themis Fultz. He's a sophomore from Winston-Salem. He's their point guard, their leading assist man. Garnett and Brown, and back to Fultz. And Brown on the fly gets it to go. The junior from Roseville, California, with his first 2.
That's a tough shot for a big guy. That's great touch to catch that where you can't even use the board, Dan. You got to go over the rim right there. I mean, that's a difficult shot.
And Vescovi puts it in. Dan, he is an all-SEC first-team player. Santiago Vescovi. Plavsic put that in. Excuse me. They go inside. Here is Brown. And tip right there. And Josiah Jordan-James the other way. They look down low for Camois, and out of bounds it goes.
Well, if there is a chink in Jordan Brown's armor, he is turnover prone, Dan. And when you can bring great pressure, you can force him into some mistakes as he had there.
You know Tennessee is going to bring that pressure. They love to pressure the ball, and they will. They won't double team him all the time, but they will get him some double team.
Inside, Vescovi kicks it on the wing. James 3, and the Volunteers knock one down.
And James is only a 32% three-point shooter, but he's been playing injured much of the year. He's been getting healthy as the year has gone on.
And this is a difference for folks in the tournament, in his conference tournament. South Alabama didn't guard him because he's a reluctant shooter, but Rick Barnes doesn't play that way. They don't pressure him all the time, but you see what Jordan Brown can do in the low post, even against big, strong people.
He's hit his first 2 shots, and he's got 4 for the Raging Cajuns.
You know, that little 8-foot jump hook is not an easy shot.
It's certainly not, but he is a very good low post guy.
Has to be inside. Plavsic inside. He was pushed. Round of the foul. And there was a shove and a late call.
A late call?
Well, the good news is for Tennessee that they're going to get the foul here. That Plavsic gets fouled. The bad news is now he's got to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, where he does struggle, he is only 34%.
These are the type of big guys I'm used to coaching.
Well,
guys who shoot free throws like this. I'm used to this.
Lewis picked up the foul. Plavsic at the free throw line.
He's a 34% free throw shooter.
Yeah, when you have guys like this, Dan, you work hard, seriously, on your free throw rebounding, how you want these guys to either X or loop or whatever you want to do.
Volunteers were 4th place in the SEC. They have lost 2 of their last 3 and 6 of their last 10. They finish in the AP at number 20 in the final poll.
They have such great size at all positions.
Brown working inside. Asamoah, and out there is Garnett with the three. Missed it all and sails out of bounds.
Stan Garnett throws that ball inside and stands there and watches you throw it inside. You cut to the corner and make it an easy pass where you can get a three in rhythm.
Absolutely, or cut through and give him more room, but standing is rarely a positive offensively.
Good feet inside. Plavsic was there, and he puts it up and in. Plavsic has now put in 5.
Well, look, both of these teams are going to play through the post inside.
Asamoah with the assist on that previous play for the Volunteers. SEC record of 11-7. Raging Cajuns at 26-7, a 13 seed. Here comes Fultz driving inside, hit by a couple. Vescovi goes down, foul called on the play.
And there's Plavsic. I mean, he's camped about a foot from the basket, and a guy that size, I mean, you got no chance in there. 7'1", 265 pounds. Oh, they're going to count that basket.
Well, when you're talking about Plavsic's duck in, one of the things you've got to teach big guys is they've got to stay on top when the ball's up top. Wow, that's an NBA continuation. I like it, actually. No, I do. I wish that college would go to that rule because I don't think the defensive team should be rewarded by fouling. And if the guy is gathered the ball, it should count. I'm not sure that was the right call.
But it was a call you liked anyway.
It's a call I loved.
Okay, there you go.
James the other way. Raging Cajuns second place in the Sun Belt. Vescovi outside. Meshack. Vescovi. And Asamoah on the point-blank range shot. Rebound by Jordan Brown. He's got his first. Leads the team in rebounding. Fultz slithering inside. Plavsic almost had it, knocked away from behind, and a foul called on the play, and it goes on Jordan Brown. He's got his first for Louisiana.
Well, and here's the problem for Jordan Brown and for the Raging Cajuns is Tennessee is going to go inside so much. It's going to be so frequent that it's not going to be easy for him to avoid being in foul trouble.
And what that means is you can't get fouls like over-the-back fouls.
Jordan James will take it. Meshack works down low, and here is Plavsic. And they tie that ball up. Nice defense inside by Louisiana. And it will go to the Raging Cajuns.
That was absolutely swarming defense
Look
inside.
at that.
That's the entire team.
Everybody's there.
4 guys. Fantastic job. Everybody but Greg Williams. He had to guard the entire weak side. Everybody else on the floor.
He's playing 1-on-4.
Fultz with the ball. Meshack was on him. Here's Lewis, Williams, and Fultz. Across the lane, underneath. Big man is there. Brown with ease. Puts it back up, and he needs it 3 in a row, and he's got 6.
Yeah, but that came from Fultz. Fultz averaging almost 6 assists a game. A great distributor, and right now he's getting in the paint.
And they got plays. Dalcourt trying to get out of backcourt. Spinner right there by Brown. Rebound and put back up and in by Terrence Lewis.
And that's Lewis's game. He plays down low. He picks up rebounds. They don't really run any plays for him, but he can score, and he can really score close to the basket.
Yeah, and he's a workhorse, an absolute workhorse. We've seen like at least one of those guys on every team. Those guys help you win games.
Vescovi on top. Plavsic. Then hands to James. They'll work on the defense right there at Williams. Wow. 7-0 Louisiana run. It's the Sun Belt against the Southeastern Conference. Final game of 4 here in Orlando. Raging Cajuns by 1. In that particular tournament, 14 seed lost to Creighton in the first round. They've had 6 straight losses. From that point, a couple new players in. Tyreek Key is checked in for the Volunteers. Vescovi remains. Awaka has come in for Tennessee, and also Adu at Fultz.
And Tennessee changing it up a little bit.
Zone.
Three-quarter court zone back to half-court zone. Rick Barnes started using a little zone defense in the SEC tournament after being almost exclusively man-to-man all year.
Awaka had the rebound. Keys got the ball. Julian Phillips. He's a freshman.
Really talented.
He is. Highly ranked high school player. Key. Fultz is on him. Shot clock at 3. Adu. And back out to Key. Rebound inside is clutched onto Awaka. Fake by Key. Mid-ranger's down.
Key is a transfer from Indiana State, and in Indiana State, he scored over 1,600 points, so his shooting percentage numbers aren't particularly great, but this is a guy who can put the ball in the basket.
Key, a graduate shooter from Salina, Tennessee.
Tennessee staying in zone right here.
Three-point shot no good by Delcourt. Rebound by Awaka. Here comes Vescovi.
Vescovi hadn't taken a shot yet.
Phillips on the wing. And a whistle away from the ball. Wow. That foul's going to go on Delcourt, who picks up his first. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Volunteers in the tournament for the 5th consecutive season, omitting that 2020 canceled tournament, clearly. And it's the 2nd longest streak in the history of the volunteer program. Coming in as a 4th seed, Adu. Awaka. Vescovi. Long shot. Down it goes.
We're seeing a lot of that today. That angle bank shot from using the glass from up top. It's a new trend in the game, Dan.
That's certainly a trend today.
Tennessee zone again.
Williams to Fultz. And Fultz will take it in. Baseline Delcourt. Jordan Brown, a fake, and they swarm him. Shot clock at 4, inside to Lewis. And then Brown, and then a whistle.
Well, Vescovi comes off the screen, and he's usually deadly if he has that much time. And I'm not sure he intended to bank that, but he's going to claim that he did.
Well, I have maintained for a long time, Dan, that if you don't call that, the referee should wave it off. No basket.
Vescovi just picked up his 2nd personal foul, and he will check out.
Drop back into the man-to-man on the bounce play.
Fultz to Delcourt. And back to Fultz. Oh, he's got a quick twitch. And a quick shot. And the rebound tried by Brown. Saves it from going out. New shot clock. Delcourt. Little Euro step inside. Rejected. Key. Look at him fly the other way. And down he goes. It from behind. And a foul on the Raging Cajuns.
Well, this was all started by a great block here by Awaka. Just basically swallows that up and gets Tennessee out in transition. Key at the free throw line.
And that's the same thing as a rebound on a long outlet pass. He just slapped the ball right out to Key, who was in front of everybody.
Key, a 75% free throw shooter at the line right now. Foul for Louisiana on Fultz for the first time.
Tobe Awaka playing just under 11 minutes a game on the year, but Rick Barnes starting to get more and more confidence in him. He is a great, great rebounder and improving in every other aspect of the game.
A freshman from Hyde Park, New York.
He's 6'8", 250. Here's the zone again.
Louisiana since January 1st, 16-3 record. Charles is in. Brown always draws a crowd. Torn away that time. Adu got it. And now it goes back to Meshack. Adu on the wing, Phillips, and it's Key. Out of bounds off of Louisiana. Couple guys out there fighting for it. Tennessee on a 7-0 run. They're on top, 17-11.
Coach.
Long resume for Rick Barnes. This is his 27th NCAA tournament, the most of any active coach.
Well, and he's won everywhere he's gone. George Mason, Providence, Clemson, Texas, Tennessee.
Phillips off his foot and reeled in by Dalcourt. Raging Cajuns, best record by a conference team in the last 5 years in the Sun Belt at 26-7. They accomplished a lot overall, folks.
And they're back into the man-to-man.
Adu defends. Brown can't hit. Louisiana has gone scoreless the last 4 minutes and out of bounds.
And again, Stan, they throw the ball inside and stand there and watch.
Yeah, unless you're a guy they can't leave because you're just a great knockdown shooter. Standing in any aspect of offense is usually not the best idea.
I don't think that's what Bob Marlin tells him to do.
Kentrell Garnett is checked in for Dalcourt. That's a turnover.
Well, he fell down for whatever reason, and the ball was just sailed out of bounds.
This defense of Tennessee allows the fewest points in the SEC in the last 8 years. Fox tries to take it in. It's tipped right there. Nice defense. Meshack the other way. Good fake, and he got the deuce.
This is the Tennessee defense we were talking about. They pressure you. They force you out of your stuff. Guys are going to have to make individual plays.
Meshack is a great defender.
Boy, he's got such great size.
Folks and Brown. He pushes up and over Awaka. Fighting for it inside, whipped away by Adu. Down court, off the fingertips and out of bounds. Awaka could not reel it in.
I mean, this defense jumps up in the air to throw the ball, and you can't do that.
So to pull it back when you jump up in the air and make the pass.
Absolutely it is.
Michael Thomas is checked in for Louisiana. Here comes Josiah Jordan-James back in for the Volunteers.
Well, Rick Barnes just keeps running different defenders at guys.
You've got such great size and length, and it's really hard to keep adjusting.
Kamwa back in for the Vols. Thomas sneaks one in. Brown double. He's in a straight jacket and puts it up and in. He's got 8.
That is some play.
That
is a big-time finish there with the left hand in traffic.
I don't think traffic is the right word for that. I don't know what that was, but I mean, good heavens.
Long shot there. Kamwa can't go, and it's Louisiana the other way. Michael Thomas. Sophomore from Lake Charles, Louisiana. They've got 8 players on this roster from the great state of Louisiana. Curling around. Knocked away. Look at Meshack do it again on the floor. Another steal for Tennessee. Wow is right. Key with a drive and stop down low. Bumping into him, Garnett. Adu. And the rebound by Kentrell Garnett.
I think the Raging Cajuns will live with that shot.
Absolutely, and just like their last possession before, they'll live with Kamwa's 3 also. If they got those big guys from Tennessee shooting jump shots, Bob Marlin's a happy man.
Kobe Julian is in with the ball right now. He's a sophomore from Baton Rouge. Thomas across the lane, knocked away. Meshack tries to vacuum it in, and finally controlled there by Kamwa.
I got an idea for Louisiana.
Yes.
Whoever Meshack is guarding, just go stand away from the ball somewhere and take him out of the play. He is really disrupting Louisiana right now.
Meshack has it. Throws it in, knocked away. Charles the steal, the gallop, and now what a beautiful rejection. Kamwa knocks it away. James the other way for the Volunteers. Meshack. James. 8 to play in the first half. That is a 3. And it's over the backboard and away. A miss. Meshack can't get it to go. 7:58 to go. How about this defensive play by one of the best defensive teams in college basketball, the Tennessee Volunteers. Moments ago, we spoke with our Lauren Shahadi.
Coach, how do you regain momentum offensively?
We've got to get on the offensive boards. It's such a big physical team. We're only getting one shot. We're getting the ball inside to Jordan, and we got to kick out and make some threes, too.
Thanks, Coach.
Here's some full court pressure now by the Volunteers. They force another turnover.
Thomas has had a tough time since they put him in the game.
And then Phillips could not corral the pace.
Well, that's 8 turnovers for Tennessee, and that's basically what's keeping the game close right now. This has been a problem a little bit all year for Tennessee, but particularly since Ziegler went out, they just don't have great decision makers handling the ball.
Well, he led the SEC in assists. Plavsic is back in. 3-point try, Julian, no, and picked up in there by Josiah Jordan-James.
And with Plavsic back in the game, let's see if they start going inside again. They did when he was in there early.
Key three. Ricochets out of bounds. In 3 weeks, CBS returns to Augusta National Golf Club for a tradition unlike any other, the Masters, coming in April to CBS. More subs coming in. Here comes Jordan Brown back in for the Raging Cajuns. Takes the place of Isaiah Richards. Volunteers are going to sit Kumwa.
Yeah, Jordan Brown got plenty of rest there. I think that was about 35 seconds. We're ready to go.
It's Lewis. Lost the ball again. Another turnover. They've got 6 in the first half.
He was trying to drop it for Fultz, but Fultz went the other direction. And again, that's pressure from Tennessee that causes that.
Absolutely. And these teams have combined for 15 turnovers in 13 minutes.
Well, the Raging Cajuns defense has been really good.
Outstanding. They're making Tennessee shoot the ball on the perimeter, which is certainly not its strength.
Plavsic, shot clock at 8. James, 3, no. And retrieved by the hustling Fultz.
That was some block out by Brown.
Tried to feed inside. Ball off the foot. Phillips the other way. Another turnover, 7. Phillips will fly off that baseline. That is an offensive foul against Tennessee. Phillips is first.
So we've just had turnovers back and forth here. That pass to Brown. Well, here's Julian is just standing there waiting for him. You know, Stan, you say sometimes those are bang-bang calls. Not there.
No, they saw that one coming for a long time, and that's 9 turnovers now for Tennessee.
But that last pass, Fultz had a pretty good opportunity, but he threw it at the toes of Brown, and that's hard for a big guy to get down there and get that.
Louisiana led the Sun Belt Conference in 3-point shooting and in overall shooting with a whistle. With 6:09 to go, and a quick foul is called on Tennessee.
Well, they switched the pick and roll, which left them mismatched inside. They tried to get help, and Key just ended up grabbing Jordan Brown.
Key picks up his first. Plavsic will be on the ball.
Brown has been tough to guard in there.
This Louisiana team was the preseason pick by the coaches to win the conference. And they finished in 2nd place, coming as the number 13 seed. Fultz, Brown, Fultz, Julian. Traffic in the paint.
It's great to see Julian back out there. Poor guy's had 4 surgeries on the same knee. This was an all-conference level player who's had to overcome a lot just to be out here today.
James, Plavsic, he'll go against Brown. Swarmed defensively, finds the cutting Phillips. Hanging on the rim, rebound grab by Lewis. It's off to Fultz.
What great hustle by Lewis.
Fultz coast to coast and kicks it out and caught there. It's a 3. Williams diving on the floor. Look at the hustle. And grabbed by the diving Jordan Brown. How about the hustle of Tyreek Key for Tennessee?
Well, you talked about Julian, and this is a guy who he's finally getting healthy from that last ACL injury, which was only about a year ago, and he can really provide some offense. But what a great job. Key gets the ball, and he's trying to throw it to one of his teammates, but you got to be careful there. You're right underneath your opponent's basket.
Absolutely.
Tobey Awaka picked up the foul. That's the first on him. Free throw now, a 61%er, Jordan Brown. Transfer from Nevada. He played there as a freshman. Then he went to Arizona and played there as a sophomore. When he played at Arizona, he was the Pac-12 sixth man of the year. Mondays on CBS. Grab your gear and head out with the NCIS team to investigate high-stakes crimes with Navy and Marine Corps ties. A new episode of NCIS, Monday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. And again.
Brown, the first guy in the game to get into double figures. No one else even really close right now.
Yep, he's got 10.
It's been a while since Tennessee scored.
Turnover.
Another turnover here. This is what happens when you play without a point guard. And their best decision maker, Vescovi, their best shooter and their best decision maker, has been on the bench for a long time with 2 fouls.
Tennessee's got 11 turnovers, Dan.
Well, and that one, Awaka just wasn't even looking for the ball. He was setting the screen.
Tennessee scoreless for the last 5:45. Brown down low. He'll work on Awaka. Good move across the lane. Pretty play. Louisiana's on an 8-0 run.
Well, and Awaka is a strong, athletic defender, and Jordan Brown made that look easy.
And there have been times this year where the Volunteers have struggled mightily to score, and that's what we're seeing in this first half.
Plavsic.
They're going to try to get the ball down low to him. Put some pressure on Brown.
It's a key three. No. Oh, they got tangled up with Julian on that baseline and James grappling. They're going to look at it.
I think they're going to look at it to see if it was a hook and hold.
4:12 to play, and we're tied at 19. Game second tie, a couple lead changes. Brown picks up the second foul. Our officials will look at it. In this fourth and final game from Orlando today on CBS.
And they decided there was nothing, so it's just a foul on Brown. But he's got to be careful now because he's got those 2.
Yeah, and they can't afford to take him out and play 4 minutes without him.
Inbound from Meshack. And Lauren, what do you have?
Kevin, over by Tennessee's bench. Barnes, so calm, said they're hurrying you up. Why let them? I want quality shots. Take your time. It's early. Play at your pace, not theirs.
Meshack at his own pace, and a 20-footer right down the middle it goes. He's got 4.
Always makes a coach look good when you come out of the timeout and you score.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, he's drawn up a lot of those, hasn't he, Stan?
Yeah, over his career, you can't even imagine how many.
Folks. Julian. Inside, Lewis on the fly. Good-looking rebound by Adu. Jonas Adu, a sophomore from Durham. Tyreek Key driving hard to the baseline through traffic.
Well, that's Tennessee's game. Throw the ball inside, drive the ball inside, attack the offensive glass.
And they've gone a little bit smaller. They're only playing 1 big guy right at the moment.
In the game, Jordan Brown. Hand out there to Williams with a foul called on Meshack. I think it is. It is his first, and coming up on AT&T at the half. Scores and highlights and all the latest NCAA tournament news. All coming up on AT&T at the half.
Well, it's a crucial time for Louisiana now. Bob Marlin did elect to get Jordan Brown out of the game with those 2 fouls. This is going to be tough for them to hang in there without him.
Inside Richards, a lot of traffic and a foul. Adu was there. There's some defense for the Volunteers.
This is a pretty aggressive play by Isaiah Richards. He doesn't play that many minutes. He's strictly the backup for Brown. Averages 1.5 points a game, but he made that move like he averages 21.5 points.
Absolutely, very definitive, strong move. They got him the ball very deep in the post. Louisiana, Bob Marlin has a multitude of different ways to run things, to get the ball inside. When you're going to play through the post, you need to do that. And they were able to bring him off that screen and get him the ball with 2 feet in the paint.
Before Louisiana, Bob Marlin was at Sam Houston State, there 12 years. In the Southland Conference, he was the Southland Conference Coach of the Decade. Great success there, great success in Lafayette, Louisiana. The enrollment at Lafayette, this home base for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, is 16,000. They got a good crowd here tonight. Phillips on the wing. Key, Adu, Key, and broken up beautifully inside by Delcourt. And the other way, they come with Julian.
That's that decision-making you were talking about, Stan.
Delcourt 3, and flying inside was Julian. Off his hands and out of bounds. Follow Highlight Her for everything you need to see her doing sports and culture. Scan the QR code now and don't miss another moment. 2:30 to play.
That promo is confusing me because every time you say her, I think you're talking about the entertainer, her.
Oh, Stan.
H,
you impress me.
E, period, R, and then it's not. It's a generic thing.
Yes.
I've just been confused.
Phillips going. He finds down low, come on. Meshack from 15.
Couple of mid-range jump shots by Meshack have really helped this Tennessee offense.
He's got 6 down, he averages 4.
Just getting shots would be an improvement for Tennessee when you've turned it over 12 times.
Julian with that heavy brace on that surgically repaired left knee. Richards in the paint. Oh, what a spin move, and he can't finish it up. Come on, the rebound. Flying Meshack. James. Across the lane, they've got Key. Come on. Minute and a half to play in the half. James, 3, off. With a rebound corralled by Joe Charles.
Well, now it's been a while since Louisiana has scored.
There is a timeout taken. Volunteers by 6. They've led by 8. We step aside. Last year, Chris Collins and Northwestern winning out of the Big Ten.
Those are great wins for Northwestern and for Auburn.
Williams inside Lewis, point blank range, rebound James.
Well, as soon as Jordan Brown came back in the game to try to break that drought, Rick Barnes went back to that zone.
Ball kicked on a pass for Meshack. Shooting in the game, Louisiana 33%, Tennessee 43%. I think Plavsic, he does. He wants to get a timeout, and they go talk with Rick Barnes.
Sort of stuck in the mud.
Well, and the problem with that is when you turn it over 12 times especially, you just put so much pressure on your defense.
Come on. Meshack, they're back out to come up for 3. Drawn up by Rick Barnes.
I don't know if that's what he drew up.
I was giving the benefit of the doubt.
But you're right. And it's just a good open shot in rhythm. It's certainly better than trying to force the issue and turn it over again.
And a 9-0 run by the Volunteers.
And the way they guard you, it's hard to come back from that kind of run.
Louisiana scoreless the last 4 minutes since we were tied 19-19. Folks can't get it on the fly. Meshack had a hand on it. Saved inside by Williams, and it goes right to the Volunteers. Come on. And the Volunteers attack. Plavsic surrounded by red. And a tie-up inside. It will be Tennessee's ball.
But Plavsic has gotten the ball inside a couple of times and literally been surrounded. But that's a really good play by Charles. Rick Barnes not happy with that call.
No, but Plavsic has got to be saying, wait a minute, guys. I average fewer than 5 points a game, and you're double teaming me. Like, I don't think he's seen many doubles, Dan.
3 seconds left before halftime. Inside, Plavsic taps it up and in! And that's how the Volunteers end things right there. Uroš Plavsic puts it up and through. The 7-footer from Serbia. Plavsic, well-timed jump, good feed on the inbound. And Tennessee closes out the first half on an 11-0 run. Plavsic with 7 points. He averages 5. Let's go to Lauren.
Coach, so physical. How do you continue to slow their offense down?
Hard, because they're a really good offensive team. Brown's a terrific guy. He gets the ball. He's got that uncanny knack to score the basketball. But early, we were really giving him too much room. We got to be physical in there, and then we've got to rebound the ball. They play hard, and they're in a very explosive offensive team, so we've got a long way to go with it.
You're taking better care of the ball. What's been the key?
Well, sometimes it didn't look like that. You know, we threw it out of bounds where we tripped and just threw it out of bounds, but the key is that we have to do that. We can't make those plays.
Thanks, Coach.
Second best defensive team in the country has held Louisiana to 29% from the floor. And Tennessee leads at 30-19. It's an advantage of 11. We'll take you to AT&T at the half after these messages on CBS.
Played a little over 7 minutes, and they're up 11.
Tennessee was +7, while Vescovi sat. And over the last 4 games, Vescovi has averaged about 17 points a game. Here's Garnett. Now Fulks tries to penetrate the paint, knocked away. Vescovi got a hand on it. It's brought in inside. Corral vacuumed in. Lewis got the 2 to Lauren across the way.
Marlon doesn't think it's a matter of changing anything. It's more execution. He said, hey, remember mid-January? We were down by 19 to Georgia Southern, and we came back and won by 7. This is just a bigger gym.
It is a bigger gym and a bigger team. Vescovi looking down low. Come on.
And the 2 fouls. Brown is not guarding Plavsic on the inside anymore.
Come on with the miss. And the rebound is by Greg Williams.
And Lewis is guarding Plavsic.
6'7", 210 against 7'1", 265. Wonder how that's going to go.
Well, I know this. Lewis will compete.
Yeah, no question.
Williams, 3. Rebound by Brown. Took it right there. Offensive board. Bumps into bodies. Can't get it to go. Plavsic with the rebound.
Where they had an open 3, and Williams is an outstanding 3-point shooter.
Plavsic down low. Good feed. They can't convert, though, as the miss by Olivier Camois with a shove and a foul. It goes on Lewis, who picks up number 2, Stan.
That was a great pass by Plavsic. A little unexpected. I didn't realize he had that in his game.
All right, here's Camois now from Helsinki, Finland. He is a 70% free throw shooter. Watch CBS Sports HQ for free 24/7 coverage of the big dance and all the biggest moments in sports. Catch tournament highlights, picks, previews, recaps, and much more. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today.
Well, Rick Barnes has to be encouraged. They've gone 1 minute and 19 seconds and haven't turned the ball over.
Oh, you coaches, I'm telling you what. Folks can't get it out. Now they try to go by with Greg Williams, and he does finally cross the timeline. Garnett. Brown fumbled it away.
I'm going to tell you something. Garnett's reputation is a 3-point shooter. And when you're a 3-point shooter, and when you catch the ball and there's nobody around you, you have to be ready to shoot.
He shoots 42%.
Yeah, absolutely.
3-point stripe.
That's what he's in the game to do.
Well, they need, as you've said, Dan, they need to make some threes.
You know, their defense has been pretty solid. You hold Tennessee to 30 points, you force 12 turnovers.
Payshak can't hit. It's Fulks. Payshak's defense is there.
They're doing a great job putting pressure on the ball.
Working right here, Lewis trying to chip his way inside and gets 2.
He just works in there.
He does. He works at both ends for every minute he's on the floor.
He's got 6, and 2 baskets have come here in the second half. Plavsic, yes.
He hesitated a little, and then he said, no, I'd actually like to play more tonight.
James takes it down low and pops one from mid-range, and Williams was defending, and it rattles in.
Well, both teams so far, very early in the second half, playing the game a little clean.
It's up now. Lewis trying to muck it up. Folks outside.
I jinxed him on that.
Yeah. Garnett. Long shot won't go. Nice lunging rebound. Kamwa, he's got 4. Volunteers the other way. Vescovi from Uruguay. Meshack. Vescovi and Meshack again.
That's a nice pass.
Plavsic doubled. Got it to go.
That was an excellent pass by Kamwa. When you can get the ball to a big guy from the top, so he's got 2 feet in the paint, it's just tough for the defense to be able to do anything about it.
And there was a couple of defensive guys there, but you're right, he's just too big and too close.
It's picked off. Vescovi's got it. Numbers the other way. Here comes James.
That's a nice job by Vescovi to not only take the ball, but to get rid of that ball.
Timeout, and Tennessee has their biggest lead about 4 minutes into the second half. The winner here will play Duke. Vescovi got it and finished off beautifully inside by Josiah Jordan James of the Volunteers.
That had Josiah Jordan James laughing a little bit after he put the ball in the basket.
Like we said, the winner here will take on Duke on Saturday, and they have just finished a win. They beat Oral Roberts handily.
And again, you see Tennessee pressuring the ball. I think that's a big reason why the offense here is sputtering for Louisiana.
Folks to Williams, and Williams puts the D and tries for 2, and a foul called inside. 15-51 with a break. And stand Louisiana just 2 scores in the last 9 minutes, and they have been held 0 of 7 in 3-point shooting.
Yeah, it's tough as an underdog to pull an upset when you're not making any threes.
The foul went on Kamwa, and that is why Williams is at the free throw line, Dan.
You know, you look at what Louisiana can do, and you look at what Tennessee does, and you figure, okay, if Louisiana can come in here and make 10 threes, then this is suddenly a really interesting affair. But they haven't made any.
And then to go to the line and miss 2.
It's like a turnover.
Exactly, when you finally generate a little offense.
Kamwa working inside. Working down on Lewis. Oh, and a great jam by Edu. Off the baseline. His first basket tonight.
And the bench is trying to tell Jordan Brown there was no reason for him to come up and help there. Lewis, a very good defender. At best, Kamwa was going to have to shoot it over the top of him. He ends up coming up to help, he thinks, but it just creates a layup.
Dalcourt, who was a transfer from San Jose State. Brown, whose dad played at Louisiana, quickly blitzed. Fultz, shot clock at 3, into a thicket of defenders. Oh, and he finds with a good-looking dive, Terrence Lewis.
Lewis has been their offense in the second half.
He has, and look, give Fultz a lot of credit. He's got 6 assists. They only have 11 buckets.
Oh, Key caught well and got it to go and give him 8. Let's send it over to Lauren.
Kevin, watching Jordan Brown reaching 1,000 points this year, 500 rebounds at Louisiana. Louisiana, something his dad Dion also did in the early 80s at Louisiana as well. Only the second father-son duo that has ever accomplished that at the same school. Get this, 41 years ago in the first round of the tournament, Dion Brown, Louisiana, faced Tennessee. A full circle moment for them.
Isn't that wonderful? 1,400 points Dion Brown scored. And there he is against that very tough Marathon Oil team.
I'll tell you what, the way Marathon Oil used to be, Kevin, we couldn't see the guy's face there. I don't know who it was. There's a very good chance that guy was a heck of a player.
I'm sure he was. As that team was, they traveled all over the country and played these colleges all before conference play. There were Olympians on there. It was a great group. I don't even think they play anymore, do they? I never know.
No, they've changed the rules now when you play those games. Basically, before the season, they were exhibition games. Now you play exhibition games against D2 and D3 schools.
They go inside. They do. And there is a tie-up.
Well, Bob Marlin's Louisiana team came out of the timeout, going zone, a little change up there. We saw Rick Barnes do it in the first half with success, but now in the out-of-bounds play, they're going to be back going man-to-man.
Well, Tennessee has suddenly become very comfortable on the offensive end, mainly because they're not turning it over.
Let's go! Slammed in, parachuting through. Come on! Uncovered, untouched, and flew in for the jam.
Well, Kamwa had the defensive highlight in the first half with that great block, and now he's got the offensive highlight here in the second half.
Well, we have played more than 6 minutes of this half, and Tennessee hadn't turned it over yet after turning it over 12 times in the first half.
Brown, Adu defends. The lean and the deuce. Nice play, Brown. He's got 14.
But those are his first 2 of the second half.
Yep. Well, that's a big-time move against good defense. That's great footwork. And the second bucket we've seen him get with his left hand.
Phillips 3. With a rebound corralled inside by Kobe Julian.
So Louisiana now, at least for the time being, is going to stay in that zone at least after made buckets.
This is just a great job. Nobody blocks him out. Everybody's worried about Vespi. He runs from the top of the key. Or excuse me, Cumwell runs from the top of the key. Nobody even sees him.
They'll take a breather right now.
And Louisiana's going to stay in that zone.
Josiah Jordan-James back out there. Key, the senior with the ball, the transfer from Indiana State. Vescovi's on top. Key, hold on here. They were trying for the alley-oop, and then it was vacuumed in by James and slammed in by Adu.
What page of the playbook did you figure that one was in?
Well, they had the back screen against the zone for the lob. It was an old Dean Smith play. Rick Barnes would never admit he stole the play from Dean Smith. But that was an old Dean Smith play, but the ball just got passed off the backboard.
Louisiana just hit their first three-point shot. Dalcourt did it. They're number 23 in the country. Louisiana is in threes. Long shot here, Key. Adu trying to keep it alive. Picked up by Joe Charles. And the Raging Cajuns are going the other way. On the wing, Julian No. Out of bounds. Off of Louisiana.
You get down the court. You take an open 3 in transition. That's not a bad shot right now. I mean, you still have 12 minutes and 16 seconds left, but you're down by 15. You've got to start making threes, and you've got to get the ball up there quickly.
Absolutely. Now a little 2-2-1 3-quarter court press.
Tyreek Key. And now Vescovi and Phillips. Key 3.
Great ball movement against the zone. Got the ball into the middle, kick it out, wide open 3. Excellent offense by Tennessee.
In the second half, the Volunteers have gone 8 of 16. They have found their stride.
Well, like Dan
Much
said,
cleaner game in the second half.
I mean, like Dan said, you're not turning the ball over.
Folks behind the back.
Yeah, one of the keys to running good offense for Tennessee is they have to throw the ball to the guys in the white shirts.
Good looking rebound inside by the leaping James. He's got 4 boards. Vescovy the other way. Got the screen on the wing. Key driving on Charles. A nest of defenders awaits. The ball jarred free. Louisiana has got the ball.
That's the first Tennessee turnover of the second half.
On the wing. They take a shot here with Dalcourt. Charles tried to get it. There's a whistle, and there's a foul. Are you a grandfather? I'm telling you,
No, I
do
am
not
not.
give them sugar.
No. Well, yes, you do, as long as they're not staying with you overnight.
Right, yeah.
As long as you're giving it back to their parents.
Oh, Charles got the inbound.
That's called revenge.
Yes, it is. Dalcourt. Plotchich is out there off the bench and in defending. Spin by Jordan Brown, but met by 3 with a whistle right there and a Tennessee foul. Every time he touches the ball, they blitz him.
But it is so hard for defenders. Now they've got him surrounded. All they have to do is stay there, but everybody's reaching in trying to grab the ball.
You're absolutely right. They had him just totally locked up.
I mean, he couldn't even turn.
Pretty shot outside. Nice stroke. Julian knocks it in. Give him 5, his first 3.
And give Fulks his 7th assist, doing a great job creating shots.
Themis Fulks just picked up the foul. So Fulks is a transfer. He's from Winston-Salem. His freshman year was at South Carolina State. Last year he played at Dodge City Community College in Kansas, and here he is playing for the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana in the NCAA tournament.
Now with 10 minutes left in the game, you're really trying to put some pressure on. They forced 12 turnovers in the first half, only 1 here in the second half, but they need to get some turnovers, get some easy baskets.
Plotchich and Vescovy. Plotchich. A dribble, a lean, a spin, and a Brown rebound.
He actually went further away from the basket to shoot that one.
I think he wanted to get back to that left shoulder. Wasn't comfortable going over his right shoulder.
Under 10 to play in the second half. Fulks will try to drive. Finds Julian over James. Triple good. So it's a 12-point game.
Julian getting it going a little bit.
Well, they've got to have somebody make some threes, and he's knocked down a couple of them.
They led the Sun Belt, the Cajuns did, in three-point shooting. Raging Cajuns for number 23 in Division I coming in. None in the first half, 3 in the second. Key triple, out of bounds. It'll be Louisiana's ball. Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games on your computer, your phone, tablet, or streaming device with Fast Break. It's presented by AT&T 5G in the March Madness Live app. Scan the QR code now to download. Julian gets a download to Brown from Roseville, California. By Plotchich. Got it from he plowed and bullied his way in there for 2.
You can't guard him one-on-one. You have to double team.
Diving for the ball, trying to keep it alive, and out of bounds it goes, but the hustle is something to watch for this Raging Cajun team. They're right now on an 8-0 run, and they've got the crowd in it.
This guy is an outstanding low post scorer, Jordan Brown.
Well, Charles saved the ball in, but then Julian stepped on the line when he was trying to keep it in. And so suddenly now we have an 8-0 run, and you're probably not gonna have like a 18-0 run. So now, okay, you've got to keep it so if they score, you don't let them have the run of their own. You keep it to 1 basket, and then you keep playing on the offensive end.
Yeah, just keep chipping away at this point.
Yeah, 10-point game now, 8:39 left. You have time to chip away.
Dalcourt picked up the foul, trying to defend Vescovy. He's got 2.
Julian bringing everybody together here.
Last year, the Volunteers in the NCAA tournament lost in the second round after a 27-8 season. They had a first-round loss the year before. They're the 4 seed coming in. They've lost their starting point guard. They're trying to survive and change on the fly. A difficult thing to do. Come on.
Not a good foul there. Not that Kamwa can't make that shot off the spin, but it's not an easy one. You don't want to send him to the free throw line on that.
Joe Charles picks up the foul. You know, Stan, you lose your point guard, especially at the college level. He just controls. Ziegler controlled so much, but losing him to the blown knee has forced this Volunteer team to kind of change their shape a little. Come with the line Mondays on CBS. Join the newest NCIS team as they investigate crimes involving military personnel and national security in a new episode of NCIS Hawaii. Monday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. Right? I mean, that point guard is just, especially that kid for this team.
Well, and especially to lose him so late in the year, so they didn't really have a chance to adapt and come up with exactly the best way it is for them to play.
And this is a big possession, I think, for Louisiana. You know, they've been scoring pretty well. You want to take a good shot.
And I told you that was a good foul down there, Dan. Very smart foul by Charles.
Yes, you did. I recall that.
5. Driving is Julian, and he got it to go. It's a single-digit deficit. It's down to an 8-point game.
And how big has Julian been offensively in this second half?
This guy set out the first 11 or 12 games of this year, played less than 10 minutes a game over the last 21 games, and now in the biggest game of the year, he's been great.
Plotchich had it just ripped away, and Dan, to your point, Julian has put an 8 on this 10-0 run. Here he is again, 3. Go! It was an 18-point Tennessee lead. Now it is down to 5, Stan.
Well, look at this. This is how they've done it. They've had great defense. Jordan Brown got a hoop, but it's really been Julian who has taken over here. He's hit 3 threes, had that drive before, 11 points here going down the stretch here in the second half.
Right, he had 2 points at halftime. He's got 11 points in the second half. He's the one that got him rolling, making a couple of threes.
This is the closest it's been since the first half when it was 23-19. Louisiana 5 of 5 during this run. 4 of the 5 from Julian. Tennessee is scoreless. Going on now 5 minutes as they blitz Vescovy. Oh, he's in a straight jacket with a hard defensive play, and Julian hits the deck, and a foul called on Julian of Louisiana.
Well, it's exactly what Dan said at the other end. You've got a great trap. You don't have to reach in and foul at that point. Just take the trap, be solid, and make him try to make a play out of that trap.
That is so hard to do, though, particularly when you see that ball right in front of you, go grabbing for it.
13-0 run by Louisiana.
Next foul by Louisiana will send Tennessee to the line.
Meshack. James a move. Finding Adu inside. Nice pass, good finish.
Now that stops the run, but it doesn't have to stop Louisiana's climb back into the game.
That was great execution, though, by Tennessee. Great screen, perfect entry pass, and an easy finish.
It's Fulks.
Boy, Brown wants the ball inside. They couldn't get it to him.
Dalcourt on Vesco, the ball, and he leans in, got it to roll in.
How did he do that?
Vescovy was in there trying to defend him.
That's a big-time move, and as you said, Dan, don't have to let it go just because they got one basket.
You play tough defense.
Vescovy, 3. Over the backboard and out of bounds.
And Vescovy still only has 3 points in the game, and he is not able to stop Dalcourt here. That's a great pivot. Maintains his pivot foot as he turns. Pivots right there, maintains the pivot foot.
Nice move.
Really nice play.
Louisiana has made 6 in a row.
And I think Vescovi's bleeding from his right arm, so they just put a little sleeve on it.
Vescovi last year led the SEC in three-point shots made. This year he was number 3. And tonight, in this tournament game, he's gone 1 of 2. He only has 3 points, and Danny averages 13 a game.
Well, he's only taken 3 shots.
Right.
And what they're doing now is I think they're out on the court wiping up Vescovi's blood.
Well, they've done a great job guarding him, Dan.
Yeah, they sure have.
They're making it tough. That last one there was the best look he's had tonight.
We only had some of our CBS NCIS people out there. They could take it, analyze it, send it into the lab, and get a return.
And what would they tell us? What would that tell us?
That Vescovi's got to shoot.
Dan and I can tell you that right now.
All right.
We don't need the NCIS quote.
We don't need any forensic scientists.
Raging Cajuns had
And besides, we couldn't get the NCIS crew unless Vescovi's connected to the Marines or to the Navy.
yeah.
Solid point. The things you talk about at the end of a long day.
Right? And this has been that, but a lot of fun.
Oh, my gosh.
We've enjoyed every dribble and every point. Ooh, down one Meshack, and
He fell on the place where they were cleaning it up.
I know it.
It's a plot.
It is 5-point game. It's Joe Charles. Themis Fulks down the lane, into traffic, grabbed inside. Terrific rebound as Vescovi grabs it for the Volunteers.
Brown had his hands on it and couldn't hold it.
Under 6 to go. Meshack will go against Charles and bring it out. Adu.
Great job by Louisiana to put themselves in a position where they had a chance.
Meshack.
He's been great with that mid-range jump shot.
He sure has. That's the 3rd one he's made tonight.
Meshack has 8. He averages 4. We've got a whistle with 5:18 to go, and the shot moments ago by Jemai Meshack.
And a great screen there by Adu to give Meshack room to knock that in.
But they're so worried about the size of Adu inside. They're down in the lane, and then they can't get back out.
Look at the shooting in the second half by both teams. Tennessee stayed pretty even, and Louisiana has up theirs 25%. Josiah Jordan-James picked up that foul. Louisiana inbounding inside. Oh, knocked away by Adu. Swats away the shot. 7-point Tennessee lead. Here they come. Up earlier by 18. Vescovi on the move. Delcourt has got the defense. Meshack cuts, drives, lost it. He was going into the defense of Joe Charles.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Yep, he is. Charles, number 2.
That's great timing on the inside by Adu. And he waited before he jumped. He waited till Brown jumped.
And he started guarding the ball out of bounds and then had to recover to that. Great defense. That's Tennessee's calling card.
Meshack, sophomore from Fontana, California. The first round continues tomorrow with the Nissan NCAA tip-off show on True TV at noon Eastern. 16 games across TBS, CBS, TNT, and True TV tomorrow. You decide the games to watch. Every game is national.
Should put me on a plane, Kevin. I'll go do another 4 tomorrow.
You know what? I'd pay to hear that.
Yo, I don't know if I'd sound
That's
good.
what I'm saying. I'd pay to hear
I
that.
don't know if I'd sound good, but I'd have a lot of fun because I'm loving this.
It has been a true joy and pleasure to work with you, Coach, in your first NCAA broadcast. Dan has been in it 37 years. Charles on top, whistle down low, 4:44 to go.
Tennessee has sort of reversed the momentum, or at least stopped Louisiana's momentum here. And now the Raging Cajuns have to be able to score. Now that's only team foul number 5 against Tennessee, so no free throws.
And Adu picks up his third. Folks looking, cutting, Garnett, a floater on the fly. That's a foul, it's an offensive foul, and it's called on Louisiana. That goes on Brown. Jordan Brown picks up number 3.
He's battling for the rebound.
Yep. 4:41 to go.
Well, what's interesting for Louisiana, and nothing's easy to do against this defense, but Julian hasn't had the ball back in his hands. After that great run, it's been all Fulks and them trying to get it inside, and Julian hasn't touched it.
Volunteers began this season number 11. They rose as high, Dan, as number 2 in February. They won 18 of the first 21 games, but they have gone 5-7 down the stretch.
And a big part of that has been missing Ziegler. Now, Ziegler was there for the first part of that little drop-off, but they've Rick Barnes, they've had injuries, James was injured for a little while. Key here was injured for a little while, so they've really struggled with some injury.
Yeah, Vescovy missed 3 games. Key missed 3 games. Phillips missed 4 games. They've rarely since then gone out with a full complement of players.
Julian will fire, pressured, no. Brown got a hand on it. Nice lunging rebound by Tyreek Key.
And he shouldn't have taken that shot. That was contested early in the shot clock. You got to move the ball and get a better one than that. Force Tennessee to play defense for some time.
Adu to James. And James against Julian. There's a foul offensively on the Volunteers. It's on Adu, and that's number 4.
16 foul on the Volunteers.
But they got a surplus of big guys over on the edge. Left side of your screen, right here.
Plavšić is going to come back in. Adu is going to sit. Vescovy, Plavšić, along with Key. Nashak.
Got to get a good shot here. Look at that ball pressure.
It's incredible. I mean, Fulks has had the ball in his hands.
Look at this.
The entire shot clock.
Driving is Charles. Stepped out of bounds. We've got Mike Arnold as our director and our terrific crew back there. They've worked all day like we have. Dan?
Technical foul on Tennessee assistant coach Greg Polinsky. Then technical foul on head coach Bob Marlin. Those are 2, they offset. And the pickup at the point of interruption, which is Tennessee's ball underneath the basket, so now we just play.
Pat Adams is the one who is leading that. He's officiated 5 Final Fours. We have another whistle. And watch it again. Here's what happened moments ago.
Well, Bob Marlin, Greg Polinsky had already received the technical at this point, and for some reason, Bob Marlin got excited and got a technical.
Vescovy had the turnover. Louisiana's got the ball, 3.5 to go. Fulks, open lane. Plavšić was down there and kind of closed the door. Dalcourt. Vescovy will defend. Fulks outside, shot clock at 5. Dancing, driving. No, he can't get it to go. And the rebound by Plavšić.
Fulks really wants to drive the ball, and driving it in there with a 7-1 guy is not a really good idea all the time.
And he's 1 of 6 to end tonight. James, Vescovy, and the Volunteers. Long shot, James. And retrieved inside by Brown.
I'm not sure he knew how deep he was.
No. Now they need to get going here. They still have time.
Fulks. Outside, open 3, Dalcourt. Timeout taken, 2.5 to go. It is a 6-point game on the triple right there by Jalen Dalcourt.
even with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
The Brad student Tyreek Hill inbound.
Back in that 2-2-1 press.
Bayshak and Dalcourt is on him. Splits the deal. He moved. He sure did.
Oh, but it's a foul first.
Bang, bang play right there with 2:23 to go.
And again, it's so tempting to reach in.
I don't know. Didn't look like much to me, Dan.
Bayshak will be at the stripe. Tennessee has been a 5 seed or higher in each of the past 4 tournaments. Coming into this one, number 4. Bayshak 60% from the stripe.
And 60% is not a great percentage, so that's a really good job by Mashack under pressure to knock one down.
Especially in a one-on-one, in a one-on-one.
But that actually was the 10th team foul, so they were in the double bonus. But he only gets one of them. Now again,
by Julian.
You get down and you don't need a 3, but if you can get an open 3, you try to knock it down.
7-point game, folks. Key is on him. Charles up top. Bayshak will defend. Foul. It's on Joe Charles.
Too much dribbling of the basketball. If you're not going to try to get a 3 early, he puts his arm out. That's automatic in college when you put your shoulder down and drive it into your opponent's chest.
Do you know what happens, Dan, when the pressure on the ball is so good for so long? Those kind of things are going to happen.
And Key was fouled on the play. Folks picks up number 3.
Well, Folks is just going to lay his shoulder into him. That's not really a very hard call for the official. I don't know what he was doing.
I don't understand that either.
2 shots.
2 of 3 tonight. Now 3 of 4, and the lead will climb to 8.
I think if you're not going to take an early 3, you've got to get the ball inside the brown if you're Louisiana.
Get it.
James chases, but it is vacuumed in by Folks. Down court for Charles. Driving inside and picked up there. Julian can't get the way up to go.
Really nice job by Adu to hustle back and get that block.
Key. They send Julian out to defend.
Now they're coming to trap.
A long way to make that trap.
Mashack. And on the wing to James. Defended here by Charles. Reaching in Folks. Shot clock at 4. Mashack down low. Folks is thrashing at the ball and out of bounds, and 2.4 on the clock.
One of the things that's going on here is Louisiana is playing a frantic defense, which is good, but they're playing a frantic offense up on the other end, which is bad.
Esquivel inbound for the Volunteers. Adu missed it all, and the shot clock violation automatically goes back to Louisiana.
Louisiana ball.
Tennessee's defense has really been digging in here the last couple of possessions.
Well, Tennessee came into this game 20-0 when they held the opponent under 60 points, and Louisiana's not getting anywhere near 60 tonight.
Louisiana in the first half shot 29%. Louisiana in the second half has shot 12 of 24, 50%.
And made 5 threes.
And made 5 threes. You're right, Coach.
None in the first half.
Added a second to the clock. Julian will get it in, and here comes Dalcourt. And now Folks. Mashack defending on top. Dalcourt 3. Caught! It's a 5-point game. Approaching a minute to go. Key gets it off. Preston with the ball. Dalcourt is on him. Mashack at midcourt. By Dalcourt. Slicing through the lane, and James outside. Cross-court key. Vescovy on top. Shot clock at 6. James, Key, driving into Folk. Missed the shot, rebound Brown.
Gotta go.
Julian in traffic. Lost the ball, foul called inside on James.
Tennessee's now 30. Josiah Jordan-James is second.
I think this is a break for Julian right there. He's, you know, there's nothing there. Move the ball.
Yeah, he went into that back down, but he's going to go to the line here.
I think that's a break for Louisiana.
No question.
So Julian, who has not been to the free throw line tonight and rarely goes. Dan, he is 9 of 13 this season from the stripe, and big ones are awaiting him here.
Kevin, again, you talked about the fact that he hasn't really played very much. He's been coming back from that injury, and when he has played, it's mainly been as a shooter, so he hasn't really been driving to the basket that much.
If he makes this one, then Tennessee has to do a great job here, inbounding the ball and handling the pressure, making Louisiana foul.
3-point game. Louisiana takes a timeout, and they are out of timeouts. And Tennessee's got 2. It's a 3-point game, the 13 against the 4 on CBS. James inbounds. Vescovy's got the ball. James again. Folks reaching from behind, picks up the foul.
Well,
Over the last
That's the best one.
Right. Over the last 11 minutes and 40 seconds, Louisiana has outscored Tennessee 23-8. They send James to the line where he has not been tonight for Tennessee.
But he's an 88% free throw shooter.
And he's got 2 shots.
And he leads the team in free throw percentage.
We just jinxed him.
Well, now I'm telling you something. You missed that first one, the second one becomes a little bit harder. And if you're Louisiana, if he misses, you've got to make sure you block out.
Josiah Jordan-James back into 2. 4-point lead. 19 seconds to go.
And you got to go.
Yeah, you got to go quicker than this.
Really fast.
You need 2 buckets.
Dalcourt sets up, and here's a 3. Barely grazes the rim with 8.3 to go. It's Tennessee's ball.
Well, if you're Louisiana, you're scrambling. And Dalcourt was a good 3-point shooter, although that was a very contested 3-point shot, but you don't have a lot of time to get another one.
James the inbound for the Vols. And quickly grabbed right there by the newly instated Julian Phillips, who's an 83% free throw shooter, the freshman. One of the top 20 kids in the country, and he signs with the Volunteers. He'll go to the line at the other end with 7.4 to go, and his team up by 4.
And what you have to say is Tennessee has done a great job getting the ball into the hands of their best free throw shooters.
Yeah, their 2 best free throw shooters going to the line here at the stretch, down the stretch. That's outstanding. And they both missed the first one.
It's still a 2-possession game, and there's only 7.4 seconds left.
Tennessee hindered by injuries all season long. Most devastating to the torn ACL for their point guard. Losing 2 of their last 3, trying to hold on here against a feisty Louisiana team.
And Rick Barnes makes a sub to get a bigger guy in and to allow his defense to get set.
Yeah, you can't inbound quickly and push it now. They're going to keep everybody in front of them. Just make them take time here.
Tennessee 2 timeouts. 7.4 to go. Julian to inbound. Folks the other way. Meshack defending, lost the ball. Up and in at the buzzer. It's over, and Tennessee survives and advances and wins by 3. Hard-fought game as there is a new season low for the Raging Cajuns. Two longtime coaches, Bob Marlin and Rick Barnes. And now it'll be Duke and Tennessee here on Saturday.